Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So guys, today the phone is right there in a different position than the usual because today I'm gonna bring you a very quick routine for just the quads. So it's not gonna be a full leg routine, a full leg workout. It's gonna just be for the quads. So then, of course, you need to train your calves, you need to train your hamstrings, you need to train your glutes and your hips. But this is just a very nice way to train your quads in a different way. Because many times we do Bulgarian squats, we do the normal squats, we do a bunch of lunges, a bunch of exercises that are going to be all dynamic, but very, very rarely we do isometric exercises. So isometric exercises are pretty much the ones where you hold a certain position, so your muscles are under tension, but they're not contracting or lengthening. So they're just being still, and you need to hold that position for time. And now recent research has shown that doing isometric wall sits especially is very, very helpful for the health of your knees, and especially if you have a patellar tendinopathy. It's one of the exercises that has shown the best evidence as to rehabilitate a patellar tendinopathy, so a kneecap problem. If you have any pain, especially up here, so it's like related to the tendon of the quads, and it's quite nice. So this exercise is not gonna just be good to keep your tendons healthy, but at the same time it's a good way to take away a little bit of the work from the glutes and trying to load the quads a little more. Because what's happening is that when we do like normally air squats, you can see that here your hips are going backwards and you are hinging right here. And so this means that you load a lot the glutes. So you use the quads, but you also use a lot the glutes. And the cool thing about the wall sit is that by being able to press back, so the wall is gonna hold your butt, so you're not gonna fall backwards, you can pretty much straighten your trunk. And so by staying here and then you go down like this, for example, you can literally like take away a lot of the work from the glutes, and you're just working with your quads, just like this. So this is a wall sit, and so you can like focus a little bit more the quads over the glutes that on an air squat you can't do because it's a compound movement. So the cool thing about wall sit is also that one that is gonna activate a little bit more the quads over the glutes. Now another very cool thing is that the isometric holds are going to allow you to choose the angle at which you want to train. So for example, if you're a little weak in the bottom portion of the squat, or like we're doing squats is the part where you struggle the most, you can train there with an isometric. So instead of just holding, for example here, 90 degrees, you can go a little lower like this and you can hold there. So you can choose the angle at which you can hold the muscle, and in that way you can strengthen and reinforce the muscle in that particular angle, in that particular way, so you can become stronger maybe where you're weaker. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can do many different positions. So normally the one standard is 90 degrees with your knees and the hips, but you can go lower, you can go a little higher also if you want to, if the exercise is just maybe too difficult and you can hold the position quite good. You can also do this. So instead of going too low with your knees, you can like stay here, for example. So it's not 90 degrees, and in this way you're still working your quads, but it's a little easier. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So remember, the most important rule is never going with your knees over your toes so much that your heel is gonna lift up. So you wanna be able to place your feet away from the wall so that you can pretty much like when you're sitting on a chair. So you wanna have 90 degrees calves, then 90 degrees knee, 90 degree hips, and then your trunk being straight. So that's the ideal position. So don't place your feet too close to the wall, because otherwise you're gonna have a closer angle here at your calves and your ankles. And so just remember to do this 90 degrees. And yeah, so I'm gonna just start and I'm gonna show you the routine. It's pretty much 1 minute hold and 30 seconds rest, and then we start again. So I have here okay, like this should work. So I have the stopwatch, and let's go. So remember here, very important, your knees, another thing, your knees must not go inwards. So when you're holding in the bottom position, your knees must always be aligned with your feet. So if your feet are facing, like, can you see my feet here? If your feet are facing slightly upwards, you're gonna have your knees especially going in that direction. You don't wanna have your knees like this. So these, see here, for example, this position and having the knees here. See here that my femur here is internally rotated, so this is a bad position. You're gonna always have the load on your quads and having your legs always going in the same direction as your feet. So that's very important. All right, so let's go. And okay, standing up and go. Okay, so here, and here you just sit, you just hold. So you can have, normally the best thing is not try to place your hands here, because otherwise you may be trying to push with your hands. Have your hands on the air at your side, but not really pressing against your legs. So in that way you don't cheat the exercise. All right. Whew. Okay, 50 seconds. And time. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Okay. So that was the first one. Yeah, it's just you know, if you try to hold, if you try to be in a good position, it's quite challenging, regardless of like your level of resistance and the endurance of your muscles in your legs. This exercise always like finds a way to make your legs burn. All right, so it's 1 minute exercise, 1 minute rest. So it's I said before 30 seconds, but that's wrong. It's like 1 minute doing the exercise, 1 minute rest, 1 minute exercise, 1 minute rest, and so on. Because otherwise it just becomes too heavy. Okay. All right. So let's go again. And go. Thirty seconds. Ooh. 45. It burns. And time. Oh. Oh. Oh man. That's two. Ooh. Come on. And yeah, it's just a different way to train. And I think that we don't do, especially for the legs, we don't do enough isometric exercises. Isometric contractions are very, very good to, you know, give a different stimulus and to just you know, strengthen other portions of the muscle, tendons, for example. And yeah, remember, to train fully, you need to change the exercise, change the way you do the exercise, change the resting time, change and change the way. Like, for example, instead of doing concentric movements, you can do eccentric or isometrics or explosive and so on. So today is just isometrics. Okay, let's go. The third one. I'm gonna try right now to have my feet closer to me, and let's see what happens if now I try to hold in this position. And go. So as you can see here, it's not just always the same wall sit. I'm trying to change my feet, trying to change how I do the wall sit, so it becomes a little harder. Oh man. And time. Oh man. This was painful. Oh man. This was very painful. It was my muscle was like being stabbed. Okay. Oh man. Whew. And it's just the third one. Imagine if I would try to do, I don't know, maybe 10 of this. It would be insane. The pain. Okay, let's do one more. So it's gonna be 4. I'm gonna try now to do a wider stance. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it's more difficult or less difficult. Oh man. Whoa. Okay. So let's try with a wider stance. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna place this on my back because I was sliding. So let's try to, yeah, here we go. That should be better. Okay, so wide stance. I don't know if you can see it from the camera. And let's go. Yeah, this is already easier than the one before. Like the one with the feet closed, it was so difficult. I already felt the burning like halfway through. And maybe maybe I'm not so used to doing squats with a close stance. Okay, 50 seconds. And time. Okay. Yeah. Nice. So that's 4. And and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same. So I'm gonna do isometric holds, but I'm gonna change legs. So I'm gonna pretty much like start with one leg. I'm gonna probably do less time because it's gonna be all the weight on one leg. So I'm gonna probably do like yeah, let's do like 20 seconds one leg, 20 seconds the other one, and then the last 20 seconds are the rest, and then I restart. So let's try to do 4 more like that. And in this case, because of the fact that you're gonna need to put your whole weight on one part of your body, it's like normal that you're gonna end up like switching and moving your body a little bit over the leg that you're holding on, because in that way you can keep the balance. So it's normal. Remember, just don't turn the knee inwards. Okay, so let's try here. 20, one leg, then I'm gonna change it right away, 20 to the other one, and then 20 seconds rest. Okay, so let's start with the right leg. And here I may not go too low because I should be able to hold it. And go. You can see my other leg in the air. Now I'm gonna put the other leg on top like this so that I have a little bit more of balance. Okay, that's 20. Let's change. And rest. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be also a little faster because it's just 20 seconds rest, then we start again. Okay, so you could see how the exercise is. And go. So I'm not going too low with my butt because otherwise I may end up like not being able to hold the position. And change. And stop. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's prepare. And go. Change legs. And stop. So you can see now that because I'm getting tired, what I'm doing is I'm getting a little bit less slow with with my butt. So I have a little bit less tension on my quads, so it becomes a little easier. All right, let's go with the last one. And change. And stop. Nice. So those were 4 times doing single leg isometrics. Ooh. So you can see, not very dynamic, just holding, but anyway it's very hard. And I really suggest you guys to try this out. So, you know, if you do a lot of squats, lunges, you know, any kind of leg exercise, just try to do these holds against a wall, and yeah, see for yourself how different they're gonna feel on your legs, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. So this was the routine I wanted to show you. You can see 2 legs at once, then single legs, and yeah, very quick, not very long, just for the quads. So remember to train the hips, glutes, hamstrings and calves. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.